The Moscow metro system is 90 years old. Which means good luck in Russian to those who believed Western media. Instead, the Moscow system is beautiful, affordable, comfortable, safe. Some would imagine it's some stunt or AI.
Smells new and fresh.
Because it's clean and well taken care of, thriving and ever expanding.
Здорово, дорогие друзья. My name is Epan Zeche and welcome to Aflourish Media.
My name is Esau Fidelis, and today we are diving into one of the world's most iconic transport systems, the MoscowMetro. Other cities like London, Paris, and New York have their own charm in their transport systems, but today we are going to discover why MoscowMetro is in a league of its own. Давайте
Поехали.
Very busy streets around the city of Moscow. And just right in front of me, we have our metro station, Krylatskoye.
Yeah. Well, we're going to use the entrance number 2.
Exactly. As you can see, you can enter the metro using the stairs, and of course it feels warm. And just right here, there is a ramp for bicycles and trolleys. There are also some cafes. Most entrances of the metros have vending machines like this one, where you can buy snacks, water, and juice or anything you like before you start your journey. Of course, you pay with your card, and there is also the possibility to charge your phone. Here you can get some batteries to charge your phone anytime the battery goes down. Here, as you can see, there are even prices stated on the etiquettes. And here we have 95 rubles, that's almost 100 rubles. Yeah. Oh, we have sandwiches, juice, and many other things. And snacks. That's it. Here, bags are checked for security purposes to make sure no harmful equipment are carried. Спасибо вам. And to pay, you can use different cards. You need your Metro card, which is this blue card, Troika, or you can use your bank card to pay. Of course, you can also pay with your Face ID, but I'll pay with my bank card. Welcome to Metro Krylatskoye on the blue line of the metro station. When you get to the metro, it's very important to check the board. On the left, we have these metros, Strogino, Yakino, Balaklavskaya, Mitino, Puchino, and Shote. And on the right, we have so many metros. These are all the metros on the blue line, number 3.
As you can see, it is very clean and well organized. Trains come to your left and to your right, and you can just sit on get your ride. I must mention these advertisement boards which are well organized. Like it is clean, no graffiti on the walls. People can be seated just as you can see the lady drinking coffee. It also serves as a meeting point because your friends can easily meet you at the metro as you agreed beforehand. Also, there is a lot of space just to walk around, like hardly is there congestion even during the rush hour. Russians generally measure the distance between points in the city by the metro, so it's very important to rent very close to the metro because it's very easy just to get down and go about your daily activities without needing a bus or any other form of transport.
So we're going to our right and we'll cross to metro
Kuntsevskaya.
Kuntsevskaya. Good.
So, on the way to our train.
And as it was written on the board, the train comes from the right. So wait here for a ride. You can see at that far end, there is a time, 30 seconds left for the train to arrive at the platform.
Move to our next stop. Good morning.
What an amazing atmosphere created by these young, talented musicians. I just want to note that each area of the metro has these spots where musicians play live music. It just creates a unique atmosphere of culture, of performance that is amazing for travelers and commuters. At least you have some good music to listen.
So now we're going to transfer from Kuntsevskaya to Davidkova. So here there are very comfortable escalators. Very bright, beautiful. This is why I love the MoscowMetro station. It's very iconic. You can see for yourself.
This escalator is very bright. I feel like in heaven. Look at the bright lights. Yeah.
Yes, well. What is that? What is that you said, lad? Kuntsevskaya. If you look at the time, 26 seconds left. And we're going to see how it's going to arrive exactly on time. So here we go, the train is coming. And 7 seconds, 6, and exactly on time, our train arrives.
This is how David's cover metro station looks like.
The design of the metro system is just genius. Lines go across like parallelly, but there are some rings, about 3 of them. There is the central ring, which is brown, a bigger ring that they call BKL, and even another bigger ring. Sometimes they say it's the 2 hearts of the Moscow system because they help to interconnect the lines with each other, which permits people to easily interchange from one line to the other and quickly get to their destinations.
So there is a lift in the metro station, in most metro stations. So if people that have disabilities, if you cannot use the stairs, you can either use the lift and climb up to the next station. So let's go and use the lift. So you can just press the button and let's wait. Most people living in Moscow, Russia, use the metro station for transport because it's the most reliable means of transport. Statistics show that about 9 million people use the metro station daily in Moscow, which is the sum more than the number of people using the metro station in Paris and London on a daily basis.
You can at any time charge your phones just right at the metro. So I'm going to charge my phone. It's charging. And also, if you need to find the direction you're going, you can use English or English here. English, and you can write your destination. We are at Maturinski Prospect.
The metro is so safe that even children go to school alone using the metro. Everybody uses the metro. Children, adults, grandparents. On public holidays, like if the metro doesn't work, it's a big issue, and it is always safe. As you can see, these are officers in the metro. Sometimes if you're lost or you need some help with directions, they can tell you where to go to. That's how safe the metro is. Some people say they are pickpocketers, but personally I have never lost anything in the metro. Nothing has ever been stolen from me. You see people with their bags, like sometimes they even help you to close your bag. Just really safe and comfortable. You feel secure, clean, and you want to live in the metro. I would say the metro is life on the ground. Like this, they say Moscow never sleeps, and the metro too never sleeps on the ground. Of course, it closes at 1 a.m. and opens at 5:30. When the metro works, there is life on the ground in Moscow.
Here we have the big circle line, and if you go this way, you can connect to the red line, which is the oldest line in the metro.
Чтобы поездки были безопасными, объясняйте детям правила пользования метрополитена.
Here is Metro Sportivnaya. This is part of the first line of the metro station that was built in 1935. And later on it served as a bunker, as shelter for people during the war, the Second World War. So this metro, even as it's beautiful and amazing, but it also served as a shelter during raids, airstrikes. People could shelter here, and it was really arranged so that people could relax, sleep here, and spend time during the war. And they would only leave after the signals have been turned off.
Yesterday, I visited Tretikovskaya Gallery, and it was breathtaking. I was elated to enjoy the expositions to mark 80 years since the Soviet Union won the Second World War. It was just an unbelievable feeling to see the different pictures and to even think that they started constructing the metro before the war, and after the war it continued, and today in 2025 more metros are being opened. This just shows the thought and the government's efforts, like the government's will to develop the metro and make it top notch all over the world.
Our next station is named after Lenin, the Soviet revolutionary. Here we have other famous stations like Park, Kultury, Krapotinskaya, Ahodny Ryad, Lubyanka, very famous stations that are part of the famous line that was inaugurated in 1935 by the Soviet administration. We are currently waiting for the train that is just arriving behind me to go to the next station. That is called Vending. You can see the design of these stations are quite old. It's very noisy, but it still feels good. They are the first line of the metro station, but they still work up to today, from 1935. Let's go. Welcome to Biblioteca Lenina. It's named after Lenin, and Biblioteca is a library. It was a very big library, and it's just outside. With the help of the indications, you can see how to get to the library. Also, in the past, I was told the library was used as a place where people could meet up together and talk. But now, people use malls to talk. You can see the decorations, very ancient. I heard there is a special line that goes right to the Kremlin. That's a conspiracy theory. And also many tourists, when they come here, they have excursions around the underground system, and they can learn more about the metro, the stories that are behind these ancient walls of the metro. Now we are heading to the famous Albertskaya Street, and there is a metro that is located there.
The Moscow Metro is one of the most reliable means of transport around the city because there are no traffic jams. The metro is always on time, very punctual, works all through the day from 5:30 a.m. to 1 a.m. in the morning. So people find it as the most reliable means of transport around the city. This makes lives under the Moscow city bustling. Usually people say there's very bad traffic on the streets of Moscow, but underground we have no traffic lights. Very safe and reliable means of transport. The time it takes from one end to the other of the city is always as written on the app.
It's important to note that if you're slow, you stand on the right side of the escalator. And those who want to move faster can quickly run, just as you can see those far ahead. It's not as bright as the other metros. Feels like a museum. Welcome to Metro Albertskaya. Look at the decorations. Very classic.
Moscow has some thematic trains, like trains for first aid, like those who use the ambulance, trains for regions of the country. As you know, Russia is the biggest country in the world and has very diverse culture, people from different traditions and cultures. And usually they are celebrated by having a thematic train. Also, the technology keeps improving, so there are newer trains, I think, every year, which makes the trains very comfortable, like less noisy. The seats are always better and better. It's even more spacious. The doors are bigger to allow more people to get in and get out at any given time. This just makes this transport system unbelievable. I know people who love using the metro. Every day you use the metro to go to and fro from work, which gives you a special relationship to the metro system. I would say I really love the metro system. I'm amazed by the work. I can't even imagine what it took to build these long tunnel trains and make this system. Yeah.
Remember, the indicators in the metro are very important. They can direct you where to go. You can see it's written what exits lead to what exact place around.
Many people also work with the metro system, like many people work as train drivers, yeah, and this also creates jobs for people in the city, cleaners, I don't know, security. This metro system it's a life on its own. It's like it's just keeps the city moving. It's like the heart of the city.
If you're lost or you have any serious issues, you can press this button and you'd have help come to you if you're ill or any information. And also there's the chart of the metro here. Usually some people don't have phones and they can use this to be able to go around. A very big system. Look at this gate.
When you visit Russia, remember to take an excursion around the metro system. I think it's one of the best ways to learn about Russia, to learn about her history, and to also compare how this metro compares to the metro system in your country. I would say I was totally blown away by the development, the evolution of the metro, how fast it is built, and how many people actually use the metro system. Sometimes I'm shocked at some people who say they don't use the metro. It's really shocking because even lengths in the country are in the city are measured in metros, like how far you live from the center, how many minutes does it take you to ride to the center. All these things makes the metro a key part of the city, an unremovable part. You can't talk about the city without talking about the metro. The namings of the metro, it's every big institute, every big landmark, every big part of the city has a metro nearby. So it really connects the city with each and every part of the city. Thank you for watching. Tell us how this metro compares to the metro in your own country. Would you love to visit this metro? Have you been to the metro? And what was your impression about the metro? Maybe there are some points that I haven't mentioned, maybe some things that are not perfect about the metro. You can share in the comments.
Welcome to the famous Arbatskaya Street. This is a very popular street because it has a lot of ancient theaters, cinema halls, and a lot of important people used to come and visit these cinema halls back in the Soviet Union. You see the designs of the buildings, not very tall buildings, and a very nice place to walk around in the night. So after this excursion around the metro, what is your final, what do you think?
About what?
About everything you saw today?
Well, I live in Moscow. It's not surprising for me. I see this every day because I use the metro to go to school, to visit friends, to eat at restaurants, to go to work sometimes. And I must say I was pretty impressed by the new metros because every year there's always something new in Moscow. There are already many stations, but every year, every month, you just listen to someone say, oh, there's a new place, let's go visit. And then you see a new type of beauty, new type of design. And as long as I've been here for almost 4 years now, I can tell you I haven't even seen half of the city of Moscow. I haven't visited even half of the metros. So I do my best to visit every time I have some time and do a little bit of this tour to show on the channel to other people around the world in different cities and other cities that don't have metros too in Russia and other cities of the world, other countries in the world to enjoy. Yeah.
I think what impressed me most is like the naming. The metros are named after the important people. We went to General Trohina. Galileo. There is metro is named after Lenin. So it is very cultural, and you can see the evolution of the metro, like from the first line that is old and historic to the new ones built during just this year. So
To the ring circles.
to the real circles, to just the whole development of the metro system. So that is all from us today. We want you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Yeah. And tell us, how does the metro in your city, in Paris, in New York, and in other cities in the West, how does it compare to the metro you've just seen in this video?
Yeah.
That's all from today. Bye.